Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Utopia. This is Sinulab, and let's get started. So, I had to do some work with the power. These engines, I thought, would turn themselves off when they didn't have anything to power, but that apparently is not the case. When left alone and not needing to power anything, each engine was still pumping out 32 RF per tick. And every once in a while, this thing would kick on to make up the fuel that was slightly sipped to replenish that usage of 32 RF per tick, and it would just slowly use up oil. My immediate response to this was to build a nice 512 bucket resident portal here, portable tank, and fill it up with oil. And that geyser that we had found is still not empty. That thing goes down and into a big basin, so we've got quite a bit of oil. But I have been known to not log in for a couple of days, and having just waste is not acceptable. I don't want to come back and have my base not running because a fuel ran out because of something like that. So I needed to hook up the redstone switch to it. Just using a comparator to check the power levels in the battery. If it's below 50%, it'll kick it on. Once it gets above 75%, it'll kick it off. So far, since I've implemented this within the last couple of days, it hasn't even kicked on once yet. So that's good. My base isn't using power when I'm not here, unless I've got something growing in the farm here, but it looks like it's all done. I've moved to potatoes and to cooked potatoes or baked potatoes because I've got them. Zombie dropped a potato for me, so I've just got that growing for me. I've just moved to that food, chopped down the berry bushes, and we're on potatoes now. But each of these engines lost half of its power output because I needed to remove one of the augments in order to put it back in that integrated redstone in order to be able to control it with redstone. So I decided to take out the power boost and keep the efficiency. So, I had to double the engines to keep the power output, but overall it's way more efficient than it was before, so that's all good. And it's turning off and not using any wastage, which is really the best. So, that's a very good thing. We have a tunnel empty here, already dug out, that's actually going to where we're going to set up our little auto spawner chamber. It's dug under there. And it hits that corner there. I didn't really want to terraform this entire section out here, right? Flatten it all out and then tier out the outside so that you can at least step up the slope that's left on the outside of the gate. That would have been a lot of digging and just not too aesthetically pleasing. So I decided to do a little raised platform. I'll swap out the ground for something more interesting later, but made some little decorative supports here. But I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to end up having the same issue I had with too many carpenter's blocks lagging down my base if I get too crazy with these forged micro blocks. We'll find out. I might swap this out too. I don't know, maybe not colorful enough. But we've got something interesting laid out here that I'm going to be doing for the setup of the auto spawner. So the Ender IO auto spawners spawn in at least 4 away from the spawner itself. So 4 in each direction with this setup, 1 here and 1 there. Will cover wherever all these torches are. And then to be able to gather that radius, I'm going to need at least 2 grinders on this side, on this pillar and on that one. Same thing on the other side. The spawners will maybe even go over here, but we'll have grinder there and there. Collecting them all up into one place, putting it into a chest right about here or so. And I'll have a solid wall in the center so nothing spawns here since no grinders will be able to grab here. And maybe we'll use this for pipes and power and all that good stuff. But over here on this corner where it actually touched the earth on this level is where we have the pipeline that'll come up for the power. So that'll work well. I'll get that all into the ground with some facades ultimately when I choose what to use the ground for or what to use for the ground. But that's the plan up here. So we'll start off with 1 powered spawner with the blaze, may move on to others and may move actually onto ultimately the ones that take the safari nets. We'll see. We'll get a reservoir of essence built up over here, maybe with the steel tank walls, the multi-unit one, or multi-block structures. But we'll see. But that's the plan up here. But I did want to get into some botania. I wanted to make this sash that I believe will give me my little step assist that I want, and make me actually walk around a little faster too. This guy. This requires me to make something new, to make runes. Oh, shift click. I need a runic altar, which is just some living rock and a mana diamond or a mana pearl, which shouldn't be too hard. So let's get that made and see if we can work on that sash, learn all about that runic stuff, and we'll keep working on this too, because got to get them blazes. Another thing that we'll get into here is another mana movement tool. I need to get mana from that pool to the runic altar. And with a mana spreader it could work, although I believe that needs to have immediate line of sight, so I'd have to punch a hole in the wall unless I put a certain lens on the mana lens, or the mana spreader, or I can use sparks. Sparks are easy enough to make. I've got enough blaze rods to make enough for powder to make a couple of these at least, I'm sure. Yeah, I've got 8 rods, and this grinds down into 5, if I recall correctly. No, 4, okay. I believe a macerator brings it down to 5. So we only need 12 of those. So I only need to grind a couple more of those. We'll be fine. Got gold under control. And some petals. It looks like I can use any color. Alright, so we'll make a couple sparks. I've got lots of petals in here. I've been gathering some interesting mushrooms and whatnot underneath the in the mines, or in the walls. Sometimes as it intersects with, there's actually a large ravine down in the mines area. Lots of exploring to do. I still haven't finished the mine shaft itself because I've been diverted by that. But pearl I've got more of than diamonds, so we can use this in the recipe for the runic altar itself, which is good. Plenty of living rock, so that's good. So yeah, I want this in here though. Oh, look at that, being recharged. Finally used some mana. It's been kind of neglected, but yeah, flowers working even at night. Very nice, very nice. So for right now, let's put this here, and we'll test sparks and see if that works. Let me get those crafted. Alrighty, folks. Apparently sparks don't quite work that way, or at least they don't work like I can't use them to transfer energy or mana to this unit. It's mostly between mana pools and perhaps some other machines, but not a runic altar. I can't get it up there. I can't even place it against or another block. So going to have to use a mana spreader then to pump mana into this guy. So I'm just going to bring him outside for the time being until, well, let's see what it would take to get a lens. There's a lens that you can can I just look for it this way? Mana lenses, that helps. All right, there's a mana lens, and there's one that lets you look through walls. Yeah, this one. No, not the damaging one. The phantom lens. This one can allow it to pass through blocks, but it will decrease in the amount of time it takes to lose power, but I don't think it's going far, so I think that'll be good. So we'll make one of those lenses and another mana spreader, and I can just shift right click, or pick this guy up. Is it? I gotta figure out how to pick that guy up. But yeah, we'll get another mana spreader, make that mana lens to start powering this guy. I do love having the Staff of Traveling back. Zipping around the base is a lot better than walking from building to building. But I think I got all the parts here for the mana lens. I actually needed to make a patterned framed living wood and some framed living wood, which is just some living wood planks and in different patterns, and to make this obtrusive platform, which I mix with just the mana lens, which is some mana steel and a single pane of glass. Had the mana steel already from something. I don't know if I made it or if I found it, but that with one of these makes the phantom mana lens. So now I should be able to, I'm not going to be able to, well, I bet you I can do it right next to it. It doesn't have to be over it. I'm guessing. We'll find out. And just a right click, yep, there we go. And this guy in bind mode, you're going to have to do a shift right click, yes. And then to you. Ah, very good. And are you missing the target and going there, or are you actually going to where I said? I don't know. I'm not getting a like an outline. If I right click, I get that little outline with this guy. Not with that guy. Oh, I do if I'm highlighted on him. Okay, so, oh, and it even says it's right there. No, that's the phantom mana lens that I'm reading. Okay, so my guess is that that's working. So in theory, we should just be able to get the pieces now for the ruins that we need. And this was for this guy. Requires these two runes, a rune of air and a rune of earth. In this runic altar, okay, so you get 3 out of that one, and is the other one? Same thing, okay, so the recipe makes 3. Wool, okay, that's not a problem. String's not a problem. Doesn't, okay, good, it looks like it can be any color wool. Just more mana steel, so 3 for that one, 3 for that one. This is block of coal. We have so much coal, it's ridiculous. Stone we've got a couple of mushrooms. Okay, so I think we've got all the pieces. So we've definitely got all the pieces for those. And some leather, which if we don't have it, we can make it, because I'm sure I've got some zombie flesh. I got 17 zombie flesh. Do I have any leather? No. Alright, so let me gather everything to make some ruins, and we'll see if that mana spreader's doing its thing. Alrighty, folks. I think I've got all the pieces to try this out. So with the first ruin of earth here, we need the mana steel, mushroom, a block of coal, and some smooth stone. We just need to right click on this guy with it, apparently. So there we got some floating dealy bobs. Just add them in there. Okay, and then, no, not with that. With this. Right click. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, it's definitely getting some mana put into it, so that's a very good thing. Oh, there's even an indicator. You can see how far progress it's making. Okay, cool. And, alright, it's using some mana, not so much. I mean, that's still quite a bit in there. Very good. And that's halfway done now. Okay, so when that's done, we have to throw a living rock on it and then whack it with the wand again. Hey, Mr. Enderman, what's going on? Innsmouth, don't be taking one of my flowers now. Boy, that's a lot of zombies. They don't like the sun, do they? Alright, anyway. Still lots of mana in there. Very good. Very good. Almost done here. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so then... Okay, so yeah, sparks. That's a good indication it's done, huh? Throw that? No, probably not there. Throw that there. And do that. Hey, look at that. Achievement get. Rune of Earth. Alright. And how much mana did that use? Not very much at all. Excellent. All right, well, I'm going to make the Runes of Air and be back when that's done. Alrighty, folks, we've got the air ruins, and let's go and put this together. So, air down there, and that up there. And yeah, we didn't have any leather, so this used to be zombie flesh, but thanks to Catania, we are good to go. Alright, so there we have it. We've got the runic altar, we can make ruins, very good, and let's see if this is, in fact, what I was after. I can certainly move faster. That's a bonus in itself right there. But the thing I'm looking for is, yes, being able to do that. I don't have to jump over one high blocks anymore, which will make my explorations down in the caverns and whatnot much better. Going up sides, I can worry just about lighting and not having to do the whole jump spacebar dealy bob. Excellent, excellent. So I'm very happy about that. I'm going to have to get used to the zipping around now, but that's a good problem to have. All right, so good. We've got the sash, we've got the step assist, and it's actually jump assist too. I'm definitely going higher than you normally would, and resistance to fall damage too. So it's all around good. I'm not going to complain about that. All right, we can put a few things away though, since we don't need to be carrying around these. And I can put away a few things, such as that. And let's go move to something else. Yep. You know, in order to make that powered spawner, we have to break the original spawner. Oh, I even have one here. Nice. I thought I had to still craft that. But I got the first one made, so we can and have to break this guy. I wonder if daylight will be enough to not have them spawn. Because I certainly couldn't do it with lights, right? I had 10 of those lights around it and they were still spawning. But I think I read the lights were only 13, light level of 13. So it probably needs exactly 14. And remember I said I read 14 or 11. Yeah, it's not spawning, so it's fine here. But anyway, we need to destroy it. So we've got a broken spawner, but it's a blaze spawner. And in an anvil, you combine, where is it now? You combine this with the powered spawner. Oh, 30 levels, no problem, I've got that. We'll be able to have a powered spawner of blaze. There we go, 30. I actually had to expand that. I kept gaining all the levels when I'm doing this mining. I mean, look how much coal I have. I've got a lot of levels from coal, just mining that. And I need a place to keep putting it, which is another good problem to have. But okay, the broken spawner, we've got the powered spawner, so we have now a blaze powered spawner. Excellent. 800 RF per tick, but excellent. Now that we've actually got this under control, also that's another good thing. So, let me do some work on the blaze spawner area, and let's maybe make some blaze. Yeah. As I'm looking at making 4 of these grinders, right, ultimately for the setup, I'm going to need at least 2 to cover the most of the space for one spawner. This is really all the tin I have, and this is only 4 tin gears. I'm going to need to make a bunch more, and I drastically got cut down on my lead. I've only got 12. This is all I have. I used it all having to double up on the engines over there to solve the leakage, or not the leakage, but the waste of energy. So really, in order to undertake this giant... Hey, how'd you get in there, buddy? Where did you come from? Where did you come from? There should be no spawnable spaces here. Interesting. Unless it's not secure here. I don't know how he got in. Maybe he can enlighten us. But anyway, now I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, tin. I'm low on tin. So yeah, major hit to lead, having to build up these engines and their upgrades, right? So I think we may need to endeavor to get a quarry going of some type. Yeah, see, you can't get in. You're just there. I can't get in. So I don't know how that guy... Spawnable space down here, maybe? No? I don't know. Anyway, now that's really going to bother me. My house is not secure, you know? But yeah, a quarry. I think a quarry is definitely necessary. We're going to then need to expand storage area, some sort of drop-off station. We're going to need to make a couple of tesseracts. I think I'm going to go with the ender quarry like I did at the end of last season. A few things to make. We're going to need... Wow, we're going to be really using this engine now. I may need to generate even more power if we're going to have... No. We can turn it off like we did last season. It's already got an on-off switch for that battery. It's all good. We can even upgrade that to a top-tier Enderium battery. And yeah, anyway. So there's a few things for me to construct, crafting-wise, and I'm going to get started on that. We're going to have to go explore the whole world and find a good place to call shop, or set up shop, I should say. It's certainly not going to be called home. All right, anyway, folks, I will be back. All right. I'm in the nether here, gathering up some netherrack. I made myself a little obsidian generator because I needed to make the ender quarry, and I found another infernal hive. There's a large mine of nether quartz here now, and that kind of explains it. And I actually recently had to make another scoop because my first one broke. And I have another bees on the mini-map that I was able to save the waypoints I was telling you about. Right over here, bees. You can pick those up too, but infernal was one of the bees that I never even got around to finding in the last season, so kind of jazzed about finding those. Excellent. Pristine stock even better. Alrighty. Alrighty, folks. So yeah, there's my obsidian maker. Very nice little contraption here. We just cook up the we just cook up the netherrack into lava, pump it over to here where we've got an aqueous accumulator down there making the water. Drops it in there, and we've got obsidian. It's a lot quicker and a lot less hands-on than the block breaker here. It served its purpose. Didn't use up all the power, but I don't really have any need to do that. But I have been thinking about how to get the organization for the tesseracts. I'm waiting for this actually to finish so that I can make my Enderium blend. Yeah, I only got the one magma crucible. But I did move the elevator over here. I've never really liked it over here because often I come over here and hold down shift to grab like one of some item. Next thing I know, I'm a level downstairs. And I don't do that over here, at least not too often. I guess maybe when I'm shift clicking into a chest, but yeah, we might have to move that even closer maybe. But yeah, there's the old room for the old spawner. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but yeah, so it comes down here and it comes up here to a second floor right now that I've made. And so this is where I'll have the tesseract sending and receiving from the whole world. We'll get some power going up here. I think we'll just keep it at the 640 RF per tick for a good long while. I think that's what we had it at last season. It didn't really go up above that for the quarry, so that's good. So yeah, we'll have the items received here. We'll send anything downstairs that needs to be processed ore-wise, and then sent up to barrels. I think I'm just going to line the top of these shelves, or not shelves, but right up here against the ceiling, just so I can grab the stuff that I need, craft it up, throw it back in the barrels. Right? That's what these are. Java, yeah, barrels. That'll be good. I don't think I need to move that up there yet. Maybe if I want to rewire stuff, I probably will need, well, we'll see. We'll see. That may stay there, but ultimately we're going to have long-term storage here like I did last season, right? I had barrels that were kind of out of reach, but were holding the overflow, and then I had one chest that had the immediate mats that I need. Of course, that was before I went to AE, and I may actually want to get to AE pretty soon. Yeah, I did make a meteor compass, I sure did. Meteorite compass, so yeah, maybe we'll do that next episode. We will see. But see how it is in Minecraft. You get quickly diverted onto different projects. Still, this is like to make Blaze Spawner. We've got the power, but now we need the materials to make that the ultimate setup that I'm actually looking for, right? So we need to do the old whole world, the quarry, start getting infrastructure in here for collecting stuff and sorting it and putting it where it needs to be and all that good stuff. There's always something else you need to do beforehand, you know? But you just got to do what you got to do. But anyway, folks, I think that's a good wrapping up point here. I've got some crafting to do that I'm sure is not going to be too interesting to do on camera, so I'll get that out of the way. And when we come back, we'll start digging in the whole world and see if what I have built sorting-wise holds up to the task. Alrighty, folks, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.